Oh, I'm trying to stay over here. How's the lighting? How's the lighting? Is it better? It's too bright. No, it's just light right here. It's too bright. Bright as the sun. It's too bright. You told me to take that light somewhere else. Audio. Okay. It should be right there. A little better. What are you going to do? Smash that like button. Late today. I gotta clean this place up. There you go. There you go. That's how you get rid of stickers. Throw it. Just toss it. Works for me. Any messages? Nope. All right, so much for that. Okay. And welcome and hello. My name is Danny. I am located in Yonkers, New York, USA. I'm going to be out for the next couple hours or so. Right now it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy outside. It's a little cool today. Like this all day. It's like a gray and cloudy day. Typical January day. Excuse me. And I've been trying to rearrange my the shack over here. Of course, I got the Zygote now hooked up. I got it hooked up to the end fed. Let me put my water bottle over here. And I just rearranged a few things. Let me just show you real quick. So the Zygote is now there. Excuse me. That is my newest radio. Of course, I got it hooked up to a pair of these computer speakers. Even though the audio is okay, but last night we was listening to the game, and then I started just doing a band scan on medium wave, and I'm gonna say it's pretty good. I'm very impressed with this radio so far. And of course, my older radios are here. I just flip flopped them because originally I was gonna put one up there, but it was too much space left, and I'm trying to maximize as much space as I can in this small area. And over here I have a new computer. Well, it's not new. It's just office. Uh, they were gonna throw it out in a office where she works at, a hospital office. And she brought it home. It said it wasn't working. As soon as I fired up, it was working fine. We just had Windows 10 on it. Just wiped it out and put Windows 11. Upgraded to Windows 11. It's running good. It's an i7. It's an older i7 with 16 gigs of RAM. More than enough for. It's a secondary computer here for SDR stuff. And also, I want to do FT8 with this guy. So I'm going to be using this computer. So I can have it on all the time, in the background, stuff like that. And Rundig is up here, the Sally 800. Of course, I got to set the time on it. That's why it's blinking. And everything else is pretty much the same. And just put a couple of more over here. And this is a stock MLA 30. I just double-sided tape, put it right there next to, because that's the one that's hooked up to the Sally 800. Because that took the third spot of my end fed. So I got one going to the Yesu, one going to the Kenwood, and one is now going to the Zygu. So I used them all up. So now this one is MLA 30 only. Stock one. MLA 30 only for now. So there you go. And eventually, even run the 800, I'm gonna run an FM antenna through well, right now I have an FM dipole right here. Strung up here. I have an FM dipole. But eventually I'm gonna put that FM loop that's in the window right now. It's just sitting there. When the weather gets warmer or springtime, I can go back on the roof. Because I didn't get to do it over last summer. The summer just went by and I didn't do a lot of things I was supposed to do. That way I could do some FM DXing. I'm gonna try several radios, including that Grundig. Although that one doesn't have RDS. The one next to it does have RDS, this one. But this one doesn't have an external antenna input, which is sad. I wish this one had an external antenna input. The Sanjian. I wish this one had. Okay, what's with the zoom now? If this one would have had external antenna input, this is a great radio for AM and FM DXing. But there's no external inputs for antennas, which is, unfortunate. But this one would have had at least an FM antenna input. This is a great radio. And of course, okay, I need to maneuver this in here without knocking everything over. C Crane EP, C Crane EP, EP. Yeah, not the Pro EP, just EP. CC Radio EP. Another great radio for medium wave or AM broadcast band DXing. It's pretty good radio. So I'm gonna fire up the Zygu. Let me turn on the Zygu for some shortwave. My son is upstairs playing. I was a little late today. I'm sorry because I picked him up from school and I had to make something for him real quick. Chicken nuggets with some French fries for him, So now he's fed. He's good. Now he's just gonna play for the next few hours until my wife comes home. So let me fire up the Zygu. Let me turn on the speakers. And you know what? I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to put the camera down on the Zygu. And see if I can do that without. I'll try that for a second. Put on the Zygu there for. Everybody want to see my ugly mug all the time. You going to turn it on? Okay. Gotta get closer here. Okay, zoom in there. Swear, I'm very disappointed with this webcam. I'm sorry. It's like what is going on with the Zoom? Are you serious? There you go. There you go. Whoa, there you go, bro. Tilt it up a little bit. There you go, bro. Wowzers. So of course, let me just go.
Of an approach to Earth in some 50,000 years. 41 degrees.
Oh, hello, Anthony France.
Tonight, not good.
Good day. From Florida.
Evening, we are going down to 32 degrees. Wednesday time.
Let me just
The red carpet has been rolled out in
open up
Hollywood
a browser in the other one.
Golden Globes will have a preview in just a moment. Progressive presents Adjusting to the Summer. I never thought about placing my cramped apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. The sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands.
And I'm tuning in slowly, but I'm trying to. Oh, my bad. My bad. I forgot to switch it. Okay, that's what I forgot. I forgot to switch it. I had to switch on the Kenwood. Okay, so now I was wondering. I was like, why am I not picking up WWV? And that was it. Oh, I forgot to switch it. Yeah, sometimes you be surprised when these things happen. You forget to switch it. Oh my god. All right. I want to do something. Turn off those lights. Hey, what's up, Theo? Oh, my bad. Oh, my God, I forgot. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Anyway, there you go. Get up there. Focus, bro. There you go. I'm still learning the radio, man. Plus, I'm at an angle where normally I would have it here, and so that's some function. I mean, it's a simple radio. It's just that man. So you press this too. There you go. Second SDR. All right. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Theo. I can't pick up anything up on 25 megahertz. You got the time signal. Yeah. Well, that's lately. Lately, I've been picking it up. Like I said before, for a long time, I couldn't get 25 megahertz. WWV. I'm sorry. Let me fix this. I couldn't get. What is going on with this today? Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna fix it and be done with it. Sorry, I'm gonna do some shaking here, but this is not acceptable right now, bro. And yeah, this tripod. Okay, hold up. So I want it to be more on this side. All right. Now it looks crooked. Now it looks like I'm tilted. Oh my God, yo. All right. That's better, but all right. And then I'm going to put the microphone back down here. I'm sorry about that. What's up, Bobby? How's it going? Yeah, I was not going to come on. I was thinking about not coming out today, but I said last night, especially, I was like, yeah. Because I'm still picking up the rest of the shack. But I figure, you know what? Why not? I'm not going to do a marathon tonight. That's for sure. But okay. Yeah. Well, the FI seems to be doing well. It seems to be doing pretty good. I was gonna do a video outside, like a 2-month update on the NFED, but I'll do it in a few days. Time just went by today. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff today, and next thing you know, I had to go pick up my son, and then I had to make something for him to eat. And I'm like, oh my God, it's already 4:00. So I had to jump on here. Yeah, it was fun last night though. Tuning that radio on medium wave. Let me turn it off for you. Yeah, I'm still learning that radio too. You know, I just, like I said, since I bought it, I didn't buy it. My wife bought it. Excuse me. She, it was a gift. Since she bought it, and since I received it, let me just say it that way. I turned it on only once in the boiler room, and that was it. And so yesterday was the first time I hooked it up over here with a real antenna, because I only hooked it up in the boiler room with a little mag mount just to test it. So now I have to now the next thing is I gotta set up. Oh, where is it at? I gotta hook this thing up to it. The interface with that. And that computer has nothing in there right now. It's a brand new, well, it's a clean install of Windows 11. So I'm gonna put in there First of all, I'm gonna set up with this, computer stuff. When you move to a new computer, you have to set everything up. So I'm gonna install all the programs I need for the FT8, and then I'm gonna use that one with FT8 only. But eventually, I'm gonna put the Yaesu there, just FT8 only, and then this one I can use for. So this is the interface for that radio. So this is the interface. And this is the interface for that radio. Okay. So I have to set this up with all the cables, and I have some cables in there and cables and stuff. And as I have that one came with cables too, the USB cable and all that. So I got to set all that up, and then I should be able to do some FT8, and that's what I want to do for the most part, especially at night. Like Gil said, he brought up a good point. Like no, what it was? Yeah. He said, yeah. The opposite. Yeah, and at night anyway. In my case, I rather talk during the day, at least in the afternoon, if I'm gonna talk, and then at night, I just do FT8 and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool I think that was pretty good when he said that. I thought about that. I was like, you know what, that makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll do some of that. I'm just debating what I'm gonna use for the software, or some people suggest pen and paper to log contacts and all that. Of course, I'm not much of a talker when it comes to that, so that's why when I do get the general, I think that's gonna be. I'm not gonna go for the extra. I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's definitely not gonna happen this year. If I do get the general, I'm gonna be happy with that, and I'm happy with the technician, to be honest. But I want the general just to get in. Just because I got that radio, I want to do some more on HF, and that's it. The guy that's wants to give me that, he's pushing me. He said, "Oh, by the way, when you finish it, when you take the general, we're gonna give you if you pass the general, we're gonna give you the test for free." I said, "Yeah, I'll do the extra for free. I'll take it for free, but I'm not gonna study it. I'm studying the general right now, and I'm not where I want to be at right now. Of course, I haven't really been pushing it, studying. Right now, today's the 10th, so we're talking about a little over 2 weeks. So I'm gonna get cranking. I'm gonna be hitting the QRZ test a lot because I have the app. I have the ham radio prep app, which is good. But the QRZ, I just I could be right here sitting and just bam, bam, bam. Because the problem is with phone, you're squinting and I just rather do the test online and boom, 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 boom. I could say, okay, I'm gonna just do that for an hour. So I'll just take practice tests over and over. And I know people say you should really learn the material. Yeah, I do. Eventually I would like to learn the material, but you know what? If I can pass the test, I'll pass the test. Yeah, it's a multiple choice test. I mean, it's a lot of it you got to memorize anyway. I know I'm gonna get those, and I do plan to, because that takes time. Some of that stuff takes time. Like when Elmer did that video on Ohm's law, you'd be surprised how many people forget that. I even forgot a little bit. And he did that refresher thing, and right away I said, "Oh yeah, you have to divide this one into this one, not multiply," because he did the circle, and he had the, like the formula. You'd be surprised how many people forget that. So sometimes, I'm guilty of that. I forgot a little bit. I said, "Oh my God, I just forgot." Which I know. I mean, I know which symbol's which is which one you have to divide, which one you have to multiply. That was it. I had one. I think I had one that was flip flop, but he reminded me, and that's why those things, especially if you don't do it if you don't use it all the time, You kind of forget, especially as we get older. Hello, Keegan. Good afternoon. From Northwest Arkansas, 70 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. Wow, beautiful weather for you today. Yeah, over here, so 40 degrees and cloudy. Yeah, 40 degrees and cloudy. So, anyway, I'm going to put it back on the. And, like the Zygo is a nice radio, but I'm still learning how to, because there's also a built-in decoder for CW. Of course, I still have to learn all the other stuff. So it was funny. It was fun just listening to it last night, and that's what I'm gonna treat it. I'm gonna listen to it first and enjoy it like that, and as I get comfortable with it, switch this one. Yeah, well, that's gone. All right. Yeah, all of a sudden it just dropped. That's 50 megahertz. Yeah, 25 megahertz. Thea, as soon as you mentioned it, I went there. It's gone. Just like that, it's gone. Oh, it's dark out there already. It's getting dark. 4:53 p.m. here in the East Coast. So it's getting dark out there. It's already dark. So yeah, I normally recently I've been getting it at 25 megahertz because I told you before that, um, I many times I tried during certain term, now I don't try all the time, but I tried enough and never got it this good recently. Of course, I was using the loop and on the roof and things like that, but since I moved them down here, and I guess since the fall, I've been getting 25 megahertz. I even picked it up with the scanner with the discone. That's when I knew. I said, "Wow, this is coming in pretty good." So right now I'm picking up that signal, and every day I get it every day. Every day I get the signal. Yeah. 4 people watching, 9 likes. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. and Kia, I had fun last night tuning into, but I was thinking about doing the whole band, but I was like, man, I was too tired, so I gotta pick up where I left off. I forgot where it was. I think it was 12:40 when I just turned it. Yeah, 12:40. So 12:40, I gotta start the medium wave scan from there. But it was fun. I'm gonna do a separate video on that. I'm gonna do a medium wave band scan on it. Just make a video on that, and then of course stations on shortwave. Yeah, and like I said, I'm learning this radio. I'm learning how to. There's a lot of functions on this radio. There's a lot of functions, and I'm just talking about receiving, just to receive. And of course, there's functions on that when I want to talk on it. The microphone's in the box. I got to hook up the microphone to it. And of course, the data unit, the interface unit. And let me check something over here real quick. So I'm trying to see now. I noticed my channel. Oh my god, these thumbnails that they put for me. Oh my god, I'm like, Let me see. I noticed a couple of my channels. Yeah, my retro gaming channel went over 300. Wow. 300 subscribers. I'm retro gaming now. Wow, look at that. It's pretty cool. I was thinking about doing a stream tomorrow night for the retro gaming, but let me see how I feel. And Keegan, I'm at 254 on my DXing channel. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I think the problem that you're having is that you upload a video and then you wait about a week. So and then your videos are only like 2 seconds long. You know what I'm saying? They're like 2 seconds long. That's what I'm telling you. You need to. Here's a little advice. Why am I doing the fishing thing? Why am I doing this? Why this has? Remember I told you about that video that you should make that we all would like to watch is the one on your setup, your FMDX setup. Maybe take a tour, show where the antenna is at. Just take a video of the antenna and say, okay, this is the FM periodic antenna, and it shows the cable run to the radio, things like that. Because the problem is, I'm guilty of that. In the beginning, that's what happened to me. The problem with too many reception videos is they get repetitive, and people don't want to watch that all the time. People want to watch other stuff in your channel. They want to get to know you. That's what I'm trying. You got to put like that's what happened to me. I had to put the voice behind the channel. That's how people started connecting to me. The first thing. Excuse me. Like my first talking video was, I think it was the outdoor antenna video or when I bought my radios. One of them was my first talking video. And that video got so many good responses that it encouraged me to do more type of those videos. Hello, Jim's Radio Check. Good afternoon. 50 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. Cool. Well, better than over here, 40 degrees. Hello, James Farley. From Old Bridge, New Jersey. Good to see you back. Okay, thank you. And thank you for being here, James. So, the fact that you're at 254, you try some other stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think that would help. And it's hard. I know it's hard. Some people don't like to talk on the videos and things like that. Or make a band scan. I don't know. Do you have a band scan of where you live at? An AM band scan? Complete AM band scan? Keegan? Northwest Arkansas was Fayetteville, right? Well, yeah. You should do one. People like to see band scans. From the bottom of the dial to the top of the dial, whatever, Do one AM with whatever radio you want to do with, and do an FM one with the radio that does RDS. You could do people want to see stuff like that. That's a little more different than just a 20-second reception video of and also maybe do a daytime band scan on medium wave, and then do a nighttime band scan because it's different. They're gonna be different because you're gonna get the different stations on some of them. Do that too. You see what I'm saying? That's not the norm that but same thing with Bobby. Bobby, same thing. I know you have those what do they call that? Scan. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, you should. You should, because I would like to see it. I would like to see it. Yeah, it's that small, James. It's pretty small. It's a small, but it's small, but it's a nice, it's a good radio. And Jim's Radio Check, tuning around with the Texan R9012. Yeah, that's a nice radio. I thought about getting that radio a while back. And Keegan says I yet to do a band scan. You should. You should do one. You should do one. Yeah, you have. But a band scan is not going to be 2 minutes. That's why you're going to need a tripod too. For that, you're going to need a tripod. Take your time when you do the band scan. When you do when you get to the music ones, then you skip. You only don't wait too long on the music one. But even the music ones, you're only gonna get a copyright notice. That's it. You're not gonna get a strike. It may take. Yeah, you're gonna need one for some of this stuff. The band scan. Um, a band scan for me is over 25 minutes at least. And that's the way it is. 25 minutes. I mean, because I live near. I'm near New York City. We have a lot of stations. So my band scans average 25, 30 something minutes. You see some of my band scan videos. They're long. They're very long, and that's the way it is. And if some people want to watch them. Some people I'll skip through it, and some people won't watch it, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. I like to see band scans. Don't worry about the copyright issue. Just if you hear little music, just skip to the next station. You don't have to stay on one station. What I do when I do a band scan, if it's talk radio or people talking, I'll let it play for a few seconds, maybe like a good 5 or 6 seconds, maybe 10 seconds if it's interesting, and then move on to the next station. If it's music, a few seconds, move. That's it. A few seconds. No, I didn't get a copyright last night. I didn't get any. So far, no. And sometimes you get copyrights months later or weeks later. You might get a copyright. Not again. There's a difference between a copyright strike and a notice. What I get a lot is notices. Copyright notice for the music. Oh, you mean for the audio on the football game? No, I didn't get for the football game itself. No, I didn't get no copyright for the audio. Yeah, I believe it, but I'm still learning that. I think there is adjustable, but I have to figure that one out. There is an adjustable, because I was just doing different. I was just doing the modes, but I could have, like AM for example, make it narrower. Yeah, there is. I believe there is, but I have to check. There's so much things on that radio. Excuse me. That I have to. I'll be right back. I have to. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay. My God, I was right there. Wow. I'm telling you, I've been getting a scratchy throat lately because it's that time of the year now. Knock on wood. I don't want no flu, please. No COVID, no flu, please. Because then it'll wreck my voice, and then I'll be off the air for a while. If my voice gets wrecked, I'll be off the air. That's it for me. So let me go back up here. I'm sorry. Let me go back up here. So, Keegan Diaz, up to 30 miles away from Fayetteville, Arkansas, FM and AM. Yeah, but you should do band scan. I would like to see it, and I believe a lot of people want to see that. Yes, especially some of your subscribers. And you should. I'm gonna say, if you're gonna do a radio reception channel, you should do a band scan of your own local. In fact, I'm going to Indiana next month for a few days. I'm gonna be in Indiana. Where I'm staying at Indiana, I'm gonna do band scans. I'm gonna do a band scan where I'm staying at of the FM band, of the AM band. If anything, I'm gonna do AM night and day, and I'm gonna do DX. I'm gonna do some DXing when I'm in Indiana. Medium Wave DX. I'm gonna travel a couple of my radios. My wife just brought it up this morning that we're gonna go to Indiana for a week. I don't know yet because my sister-in-law moved up there. So I don't know what part. I don't know where in Indiana is. So I'll let you know. And I believe we're gonna go there by train. So that's another thing. I thought we were gonna drive there, and that's another thing. I'm gonna make videos on that for my rail channel, my Danny Rail Fan channel. If we're gonna take the Amtrak, I'm gonna be making videos on that. That's what I'm telling you. Anytime you travel to, I make any place where I stay at, I'm gonna make a band scan of that. I was in Florida, I made band scan of Claremont. I did an FM one, I believe I did a medium wave one. Of course, the reception same thing. When I go to Indiana, I'm gonna do band scan FM, AM band scan daytime, and if I have enough time, because obviously it's gonna be like a little bit. We're visiting my sister-in-law, so we might do other stuff. But I'm gonna try to squeeze in a band scan, at least of the FM and AM, and some DX, medium wave DX. That's my thing, medium wave DX. See what stations I can pick up while I'm there. Since I'm gonna be in the Midwest, hopefully I can pick up more Western stations from there. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to take my MLA 30s because they all. Actually, I may. Well, no, actually, I got one I could take with me. No, I can't. They're not gonna be. Yeah, wow. That's the only thing. I'm not gonna be able to take my, because I don't know. First of all, I don't know. I never been there. I never been to. Because she just purchased at home. Yeah, I'm gonna take the wire. I'm gonna take this one, the reel, and I'm gonna have another long piece of wire. I have something like this. I have something like this. That's what I take 2 wires. You know. But of course I got my portables. Anyway, so let me go back up here. I'm sorry. Let me go. I'm calling behind already. My God, Danny. He in the X. Mostly the top of the hour station IDs and the distance I receive here. Yeah. And James Farley said, I watched yesterday's stream and I fell in love with the G90. Yeah, I fell in love with it when I was watching TikTok guy. There was a TikTok, his name is Tim, and he was using the same radio I was using last night, but he was talking, making contacts. And I fell in love with that radio. I said, man, he had so much fun with that radio. And that's what happened last night. I had fun with that radio. I was receiving and I had fun with it. That's the problem that I have with the Yaesu. I'm not enjoying that radio. This radio, I'm already having fun. You saw last time, I didn't want to get off the air. I was going to do the whole basket, but I was physically tired at that point. But I was like a kid in a candy store playing with the new toys. I was having fun. You see, and it has to be fun. For me, the radio has to be fun. Otherwise, it's going to collect dust. And that radio is fun. It's a fun radio, I could say. So, yeah, James. So definitely, there's a lot of functions on it. There's videos on all that on YouTube. So you could check about the adjustable bandwidth. I believe it is, but I have to check. Because I just, I looked at the manual here and there, but I turned that radio. I didn't have to read the whole manual because I seen enough videos on it. Plus, I turned it on. I was up and running, just listening. And I'm just going through it right now. Keegan DX, I have a few videos between 2 minutes and 11 minutes in length. Okay, cool. And you're gonna consider tripod, yeah. So Keegan DX, I think copyright issues is, yeah. But again, that's what happened in the beginning with me. It's not copyright strike. Is you get a notice. It could be one song. It could be a 10-second of a 20-second of a song, and it'll get blocked in some areas, or you're not gonna be able to monetize. Right now, you're not monetized anyway. So it doesn't matter. A lot of it is monetization. If I were to get hit with a copyright notice on a song, that means that particular video I may either partially be monetized or not monetized at all for me. So that money goes to the artist or whatever. But so usually, if I do a band scan like that, I'll mute it. You can go back into YouTube Studio and mute it, and they'll get rid of the notice. The copyright notice goes away. Because I've done that too. I muted it. That's what happened with that John Legend song on that live stream that I did a couple of months ago. Remember that? And I went in there and I muted it. It was like a 10-second clip, whatever it was. I muted it. I went in there, mute, and that's it. And the copyright notice disappeared. I said, no, you're not gonna leave the copyright notice on my thing because it's gone. I muted that sucker out of there. That's it. So that's what you do. On a Bandcamp, if you have to mute later on, then you mute it. It's not gonna hurt your Bandcamp. People understand. A lot of people that watch you understand the copyright notice stuff. So if you're doing a Bandcamp and it mutes at that point because you decided to mute it, people understand why. That doesn't stop me from doing Bandcamp. It don't stop me. Yeah, if you didn't get a copyright last night, I think you're good. Yeah, I didn't get a copyright for the radio. What do you call it? Plus, you heard a couple of songs. There was a couple of songs that I played, but also the radio show. The rebroadcast of the football game. I think for that they hate you if you show it on the TV. Like if I had the ESPN broadcast on TV, then they shut you down. Because I tried to do that a couple of months ago with the World Series, and I had it on Fox TV on the Danny Show, and they shut down my stream. So anyway, I deleted that stream because it was not even 10 minutes long before they shut me down. But the audio, just plain audio only, I don't think they do. For the football game, no, I don't think they. Plus, I don't broadcast the whole game. I'm always I lower the volume and talk here, talk there, so it's not like a full broadcast. So yeah. Yes, no, they do have Yeah, Jim. You said well, I figured those football games. Yeah, they do have broadcasts. They do have copyrights to rebroadcast, but I think what they mean is rebroadcast in full, like the full game. But I think the way I do it is I'll play a little bit, then I, talk about something, lower the volume, play a little bit, I think I got away with that, like that. I think that works. Keegan DX, I use my Eton Grundig edition Field BT for my FMDX reception videos on YouTube. Okay. I also have my Sangean HDR14 HD radio. I yet to make a video on that. You should make videos on that too. That's another thing. Use other radios too. People want to see other radios also. That's what happened in the beginning when I made this channel. I was only doing videos with this radio, and I was only doing reception. I saw it started going. It got flat, the growth. So, yeah. Hello, Glenn Dansler, and welcome. So it was like, and then when I bought my scanner, I had this one. Then my scanner videos started taking off because now I'm doing VHF, UHF on that, and some people just like that, especially when I was doing police. Then my channel grew because of the police video, the police scanner, a couple of them, and weather reception, no weather. Some people like that, so that too. And then when I bought my old radios, I got another group of listeners that likes vintage radios. And so that demographic started subscribing to my channel, the old radios, because I saw a couple of YouTubers that they had older radios, and I always wanted a tube radio. And when I bought my first tube radios, that's another demographic that. So you're getting different, you're getting one that they like these radios, and of course the scanner radio. That's another one. So yeah, if you have more than one radio, I would rotate different radios. Why am I talking with my hands? I'm like Italian or whatever. I don't know. Well, I'm Puerto Rican and we talk with our hands too. Man, I'm starting to get a sore throat. I don't know. I know it's just been itchy. Mine's been itchy. Jim ready check. I did a COVID test and I'm good. Good. Thank God. That's good. We're in Indiana. I'm not sure yet. I have to find out. Mm, I'm not sure. I don't. I won't speculate, but because she just moved up there. She was the one that owned the home in Florida, in Claremont, but she just sold that house. She sold it to move to Indiana. So now she invited my wife and us, because she wants to see my son. So she said she brought it up today. She said, "Oh, you wanna go to Indiana for a few days in February?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. I'll get away from here for a couple of days." So that means no live stream while I'm gone, but it's okay. I'll do some reception reports up there, over there, because that's out west. For me, it's west. So out west, the Midwest. And that's where Two Hands on the Radio also is from, right? To Indiana. I believe he's also from Indiana. I know that. And King of the S, I heard a few Indiana FM stations by Eastskip here before. Okay, cool. I don't think I ever picked up a station from Indiana. Medium wave from here. I don't remember. I don't think I have. Yes, that's one of the few states that I haven't picked up. Well, I mean, of course, out west, I haven't picked many. I never picked up California or Arizona or anything. I'm saying from the Midwest going east, that's one of the few states that I did not pick up any station on medium wave. So I have to, wow, that's right. Because let me see, I'm gonna make a list of states that I heard. That's one thing. I don't have a log. I should make a log on that. Because that now that I think about it, that's one state that I don't recall picking up any stations. Because Chicago, that's Illinois. I picked up a bunch of stations from there. Ohio, of course, I picked up a few stations from there, but not Indiana. Come think of it, yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a piece of wire with me, and I'll be fine. I remember listening to Keegan. Yes, I remember listening to 92.3 WPWX Hammond, Indiana, while in a rental car at O'Hare Airport in Chicago on the way to Green Bay to visit with family there, and later back to Northwest Arkansas, March 2016. Okay. And yeah. Keegan X, it was a funeral service for my grandma in Green Bay. She lived to be 99 earlier in March 2016. Wow. That's a long, yeah, that is, Jim. That's a long life, 99 years. That's a long life. Okay, now he's talking to Keegan about the Packers, which I don't want to get into that because I'm not happy that the Packers lost and didn't make the playoffs. Keegan the Xer. My great aunt in Green Bay lived to be 104 in January 2016. Wow. Wow. King DX is the one who gave me the General Electric P975F AM FM transistor radio in 2005. Okay. And Glenn Dassler just got in. I will catch the first part of the show tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Glenn. 11 likes, thank you. And 9 people watching, thank you. Yes. Keegan said, yeah, talking to amongst each other. Okay. Keegan said, just realize each on backwards is note. Andy Cowley, hello, brother. Hello, Andy. How's it going? King DX, sir. Most Indiana stations I heard are on FM and at least one on AM. Okay. And Jim's radio check. I can hear some stations from northern Indiana from here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because Indiana, I'm thinking, because I don't know where in Indiana. I don't know if it's going to be Indianapolis or, or another city or town. All I know that she just bought a home over there, and I think we're gonna go by train. So she's gonna. I'll know the next couple of days. Because I don't know, we might drive there or we might go there by train. If we go there by train, then I'm definitely gonna make a rail fan video too of the trip. Like when I did one of the Florida, coming from Florida back to Virginia on the auto train. So I made a video on that on my rail fan channel. So Keegan DX, sir. I also heard Chicago on FM here by short E-skip. 523 to 535 mile range. And Jim's radio check. I'm only 35 miles west of Indiana. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll find out. Because that's another thing. Depending on where I go, I'll go to. Well, now, I can't show you because obviously I'm not at the computer screen. World Radio Map. So if I go to World Radio Map, let me see. I'm gonna go to. Okay, the mouse. Go to the other screen. There we go. So the first thing I do before I even travel to wherever I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna pick Indianapolis because I don't know if it's gonna be in Indianapolis or another part, another. So let me pick Indianapolis, right? So, and I'm gonna copy and paste the URL because this is what I do. I'll start. More radio map. That's the URL for that. So now I'm gonna see the FM lineup and the medium wave lineup and NOAA. If they have NOAA, I can pick up NOAA around there. So if I go there, these are all the stations. So 88.3 all the way to, let me see, 107.9. There's a NOAA. There is one NOAA. So I'm going to make a reception report on that with this radio. I'm going to get that NOAA station. I'm going to make a video on that. Because I'm going to be there. I'm going to listen to the NOAA right there. Because I like to listen to the radio stations too. And then at 5:30, they have 2 highway advisory stations. One is for I-70 and one is for I-74. So I'm going to try to pick that up too. Because I like to listen to those stations. Highway advisory. So they have 2 of them on 5:30. So I should be able to pick that up. Now, if I don't pick that up, most likely I'm going to pick up the one in Canada. DX. The CIAO, whatever. CIAO, excuse me. And then 550 is Cincinnati, Ohio. 560 is The Answer out of Chicago. And 580 is Champaign, Illinois station. So there's a lot of stations you could listen to. 630 is Kentucky, WLAP. So when I do a band scan, and I'm gonna hear those stations. I'm gonna make a video on that. So you see, Keegan, even if you travel, do local band scans of wherever you at too. I like doing that. I like to listen to the local radio stuff. I enjoy that. It's one of the things I do. Before I got back into the hobby, anytime I stay at a hotel room, first thing I always put on is the clock radio and do a band scan. Because they always have a clock radio in the hotel, the nightstand, whatever. That's the first thing I always do is I put on and on TV, and they have the TV, of course. What's going on with this Zoom, with this autofocus? Yeah, I know that would be cool. Although that is possible on FM if you have the phone, and I'll get to that in a second, Jim, because you can do some of that because your phone. Let me see if mine have it. Yeah, my phone has it. Let me see how well I can focus. Oh, focus. See the FM radio app? Right? I'll show you. You see that? Every phone has an FM. This thing is slow. Every phone, and this is Android. Of course, I don't know about iPhone. I'm talking about Android. Every phone that I have own has a built-in FM app because they have an FM chip in here. It's an FM chipset or whatever. You need your headset. You need your headset. Your headset. Your earbuds. The wire earbuds. That is going to act as your antenna. Your FM antenna. When that's connected to, that's the only way you're going to be able to listen to FM on this. You need this on with your earbuds. It has to be wired, not that wireless earbud stuff. Wired earbuds into your phone. That is your FM antenna. You can listen to FM radio on the plane. You can. And then you use a recorder software in your phone and you can record a band scan. I was trying to do that on the train, but the recorder software it didn't work the way I wanted. Because I remember Janice from CIDX when Jill's and you know who Janice is, right? From the official SWO channel when they do the barbecue, the CIDX. She does that all the time when she travels all over the world. She listens to FM on her phone on the plane and she records them. She has a log of all the stations she listens to on FM while she's flying over. You could also download the app. There's an app you could download. But this is not even a great phone. Most phones have FM receiver. So you might need the software. This one comes built in with the tools. FM. But you need the earbuds. It cannot be Bluetooth, none of that. It has to be regular, good old-fashioned wire earbuds connected to your connected to this guy. This is like 2.5. I don't know what it is. This is not 3.5. Anyway, and that's your antenna. That's gonna be your FM antenna. And it's not RDS or anything. Not even that. It's just FM tuner. And you can listen. You listen to it. See? Right now I just fired it up. So 89.2, and then you just see right here. This focus is really, what is going on with this? Anyway, right here you control it and you can listen to it. So if you're on a plane, You can listen to FM radio wherever you're flying over. You're gonna pick it up. So Janice, she was the one that brought it up. I know. I said, wow, that's a great point. And she does a lot of reception videos. Well, not videos, but she said she caught a lot of stations because she's been all over the world. So that's something to think about. So if you ever do fly, the FM app on any phone that you have, and the recording software, you could use some of them have built-in screen recorder. So you could play this and have the screen recorder and then put it and upload it. And that's what I was trying to do on the train. But the screen recorder, because of copyright, it muted some audio. And that's when I heard Brother Stare on FM when I was on the train on Georgia. I was going through Georgia on the Amtrak, middle of the night. I'm half asleep. And I'm trying to, because I'm trying to get receptions. And I hear Brother Stare on FM. I was trying to record it, but I couldn't catch the software. But yeah, you could do that too. All right, so let me go back up here. Sorry about that. But but you could definitely do that on the plane. You can FM basically DX while you're flying. You can do some. And of course, if you're flying at a certain rate of speed, you're not gonna hear it for too long. Maybe a few, maybe not even a minute or two, and then it's gonna be gone because you're flying so fast over the area. So you might listen to a station, and then boom, it'll go away. Then you're gonna listen to another station. Boom, it'll go away. You listen to another station, even if you leave it on the same frequency. So that's a good way to log stations while you're flying, So I thought that was pretty cool when she brought that up. I was like, you know what? That's cool. So let me go down here. Keegan DX on New Year's Eve 2022. I heard Rockford, Illinois on FM short E-skip, 510 miles. Cool. Also heard Sister Bay, Wisconsin that day, northeast of Green Bay. And Jim's Radio Check said, Jim's Radio Check, okay, Jim's Radio Check. Rockford is 80 miles northwest of where I'm at. Okay. And Keegan said that it was 732 miles. And Jim's Radio Check says Sister Bay is pretty nice. It is Door County. I rode motorcycle up there one time. Cool. So yeah, you can do band scans on the plane. Jim, you can. And this one comes with it built in. But you can go to Google Play Store and they have a whole bunch of different FM tuners and use that. The tricky part for me was recording the reception on the phone because they have this one has a built-in screen recorder. But I noticed and I read somewhere that if you listen to FM radio, I think they have a copyright thing that it won't allow for you to listen to FM broadcasts. So I did 50-50. I tried different screen recorders. Some of them worked. Some of them didn't work at all. Some of them were muted. I recorded the thing, but it muted the sound. So it was useless. But you definitely could at least listen to it. Because while we was on the train, I was listening to FM. I was listening to, we passed by, it was going through Virginia stations. We went to North Carolina. I was listening to North Carolina FM stations. South Carolina, I was listening to it. With the earbuds. I was listening to stuff. I would tune different stuff and listen to it. So yeah. King and the Extra. So oh my God, I'm sorry. The Illinois stations I heard on FM are from Chicago, Quincy, Rock Island, Carbondale, Springfield, and Rockford so far. Okay. Yeah, Brother Still would never go away on radio so far. Yeah, I tell you, it was FM. It was on my phone. It was around 3:30 in the morning. It was like around 3 something in the morning. I forgot. I'm half asleep on the train. And I got my earbuds on. I'm tuning into some stations in Georgia. And boom, I hear right away, Brother Stay with us. You know what the voice that he has? Oh my God, I say, are you kidding me? On FM? On FM. Because we over here we have them on medium wave. A few stations on medium wave, but not on FM. When I heard it on FM, I was like, oh my God, he's on the FM band too? Yeah. Brother Scare, Keegan says. And okay, so I'm catching up right now. Jim's Radio Check. I really like that police scanner app because of a lot newer stations are trying. Yeah, yeah. I have to install it here because I just wiped out my phone. My phone right now, I don't have that many apps. I had to wipe Apple Factory setting because it was messing up. It was a major update that it did, and it ruined my apps. So I'm slowly putting back those apps. So I got to download the scanner radio. I paid for mine though. I unlocked it. So I gotta download that one. So right now my phone is, you know, nothing much there. See, that's it. Oh, let's see, but I want to see about Shiba Inu. So that's it. The other thing I installed on this phone is a ham radio prep app, and simple radio app. Everything else is what came with it. Okay, I don't know what she's calling me now. I'm on a live stream. So yeah, so that's the one I need to install too. But that's the one I listen to. It's not Broadcastify. It's one that's just a Scanner Radio Pro or something like that. Because I got the Pro version. I paid for that one. Because that's the one I listen to all my Scanner Radio when I'm not. When I want to listen to something that I can't pick up, I'll listen to that one. And that's the one I listen to. Sometimes I leave it on the. There's a repeat in California that I leave it on, and there was drama going on in that one. There's a repeat in California. I believe it's on 6 meters. There's always a repeater that there's always drama. It's in California, I know that. Sometimes I'll listen to that one. Every once in a while, it's funny. They actually cursing each other out and all this stuff. Blah 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 blah. Like 7200. Blah 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 blah. There's always fighting in there. It's a repeat in California. I know it's one of the California repeaters. I think it's in Northern California. I haven't heard that one in a couple of years now. Yeah, there's a lot in CA, yeah, right, Andy? Because I used to hear one, but I haven't heard it in a couple of. It's like 3 or 4 years ago. I used to put on that one repeater, and you would hear it. One time they were playing music. I'm gonna look for that song. Hopefully I don't get heavy copyright. It's a funny song. Let me see. I'm gonna try to play. I'm gonna play a couple of bars. Let me see if it's. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what song I'm gonna play right now? Let's see. Uh, Here we go. Well, not that. That's the Burger King ad. Hold up. Let me skip that. I have to wait for the ad to play. Any day now. Here we go. Here you go. Okay. I'm gonna put the link to that video. You know what video is that, right? He's Trollolo. Trollolo. So the guy was playing on the repeater, and I was like, what is that song? It sounds funny. So he was playing that song. And I looked it up, it's that Trollolo. Yeah, Family Guy too. So he's like a Russian guy, a Russian. He's like the Tom Jones in Russia, I guess. So I'm dating myself now. Tom Jones. So supposedly he was like the Tom Jones in Russia back in the Soviet days, I guess. So he had the hairdo. When I heard that, when I saw that video, I'm like, oh my god, the guy he looks funny too. He's like, ho 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 ho. Oh my god. Yeah, that's definitely 70s. So the guy was playing that with a repeater, and I'm like, that sounds funny. So I looked it up. I said, oh, okay, that's a song, and I heard that song. Oh my god! And then Family Guy did that a version of that song. Oh my god! No, I like Tom Jones. Okay, Tom Jones is better. I like that. I'm because I said about the Beatles. No, Tom Jones. Okay, I don't want to talk about Tom Jones because it's gonna, you Elvis. If you think Elvis had fans, Tom Jones in his young days. Oh my God. I can imagine. Tom Jones. And he's still alive. He's still alive. He outlived all of them. Elvis. Yeah, he's still doing concerts. Tom Jones. Well, he's Sir Tom Jones now. He even did for the Queen. The Jubilee. They had the Jubilee. He sang in the Jubilee. No, because when I was a little boy, my brother used to play Tom Jones, and that's what I remember Tom Jones. So yeah, so Tom Jones. Well, that's one of his biggest hits, but he made a lot of songs. I have downloads of a lot of his songs. So let me go back up here. Sorry. So yeah, there's a lot in California. A lot of yeah, and King yes, I heard Hotel California on the radio recently on AM and FM. Okay, so Family Guy did the version of that song set in a bar. James Radio said, how about that stupid song Pussycat by Tom Jones? King and yes, I heard someone played the Trollolo song over the buzzer on 4625 a while back. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, so when I saw this video, I'm like, oh my god, this is Soviet. This is like old Russia. Yeah, 1976. The Soviet Union. The description is kind of silly though, but that's definitely Soviet Union, Russia. That's old. So it looks kind of like back, of course, 1976. That's Tom Jones in his prime. People like that. So and he's still doing. Yes, Tom Jones is still going. He's still going. Like I said, he outlived a lot of people. He outlived Elvis. Because Elvis died in 1977, right? 77? I remember 77. You go look at Tom Jones videos, all the duets. He sang with Janis Joplin. She died a long time ago. 1969, right? When she died, Janis Joplin. The man is legendary. I don't care what anybody says. The man is legendary. You know, people don't. People that really know they know music. They know Tom Jones. Tom Jones, come on. And yeah, so you know what? What was his thing? His dancing. His dancing was the funny. He took it over the top. Yeah, they all died pretty close. I know 69. I think 69, right? Jimi Hendrix, Mama Cass, Janis Joplin. What's his name? Let me see. My memory right now is. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. When he died, he died in 71. Okay. So I was looking at Jim Morrison, but he died in 71 from the Doors. So they all died pretty close together. And let's see, Jim Morrison died in 71. Okay. So yeah, of course, back in the 60s. Yeah. So yeah, he's still doing concerts. King DS on someone SDR on YouTube about the yeah, that's interesting. I gotta look that up. King DX, I heard the What's New Pussycat song as well. Yeah, those are classics. Your dad probably, I'm sure your dad has, because I grew up listening to that. I remember them when I was a kid. And of course, on TV, remember they had the commercial, like, you ever heard of K-Tel? I know Jim probably heard of it, K-Tel. Like, all the greatest hits on vinyl or CD or on records or cassettes. The greatest hits. They always had those commercials. A lot of it was K-Tel, and there was another. So you buy the music, K-Tel, right? K-Tel, K-T-E-L, K-Tel. And I remember those commercials. So I remember like Elvis, you know, greatest hits. So yeah, they had Tom Jones, people like that. So yeah, oh my God, you need the collection. You have to. Well, not even call. You have to send them a check of money order because. Oh yeah, he did. Phil Spector. That's the guy that's in prison, right? Oh, he died, right? Yeah, he died. He died. I forgot. Phil Spector, the guy that shot that woman. What's her name? That she's like actress. Oh, Phil Spector. Yeah, that's Phil Spector. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he died in prison. No, he was serving life. Phil Spector. Wow, I didn't know. Tell he owned that. Wow, Andy, that's a nugget right there. I didn't know that. Cause I just saw. I was going through the channel. I saw something on Phil Spector the other day. About the murder, and he shot some. Was that a B actress or something? Some actress. She was working at a. She was a cocktail waitress or something. So he picked her up, and I guess they were drinking, and they went to his mansion, and he shot her. He shot her with the. Some guy. I guess the guy had all these guns in his house, in his mansion. So he shot her. He killed her. So he went to trial for that, and of course he got convicted of that. Yeah. Okay. Isn't it the same? Anyway, I know. So I know some they died in prison. I just saw something like I don't know. Anyway, that's crazy. It's crazy. I'm telling you, money and fame doesn't buy you happiness. I mean, look at that sleaze bag, Weinstein. He's where he belongs, in prison. He's a sleaze bag. All that money in the world, all the adulation he had, like what, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Oh, the guy, anything he made was an Oscar. Where he's at now, you know. Where he's at now. That's why I believe that some people make the deal with. I don't want to sound metaphysical or crazy here. I think some people make a deal with somebody, and they say to them, "We're going to give you 20 years of fame and fortune, but at the end of those 20 years, you're mine." And I think that's what happened. I think some people sell themselves to that fame. Because how is it you're on top of the mountain or whatever, you're worth millions of dollars? I don't understand people like that. And they just, I guess it gets to their head and they think they're untouchable. There's a lot of people that are in prison now that I didn't think they were going to be there. I didn't think they were going to be there, 20 years ago. I would have said, if you would have told me 20 years ago, this guy was going to be in prison facing all this stuff, I would have been like, you're crazy. I'll take that bet. And I would have lost. I would have lost that bet. It's crazy. Yeah, so that's yeah. So Jimi Hendrix, Mama Cass, and Janis Joplin. Yeah, it was pretty close. I think it was 69. That was an eventful year, right? That was it 69? Let me see. When did they? Janis. When did they? 1970. Okay, so she died in 1970. So Janis Joplin died in 1970. So that's so okay. Well, Jim Morrison 71. She was 1970. Yeah, well, that's pretty close. So a lot of them. That's when I came here. When I came to New York, I remember when I looked at it back, like when I was a lot older, and that was anyway. That was a crazy time. Of course, it doesn't help when you do all that stuff to your body. What you thought was going to happen. Can't party like that forever. So yeah. Keegan DX, I can't hear the same way. I know. I don't know this. Yeah, I know. Same here. Andy Cowley, the head judge on The Voice. Oh yeah, that's right. He's on The Voice. Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, that's right, Andy. Yeah, he's doing the. Yeah, that's right. He's a judge on The Voice. Yeah, thank you for that. I forgot about that. I knew it was some doing television. I forgot. Jim's Radio said that's hilarious. A lot of people believe Mama Cass died by choking on a ham sandwich. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I got at least Jim Reddish. Yeah, I got at least 15, 10 to 15 of those K albums from K-Tel. Yeah, because I remember the commercials. My sister used to buy all those albums. My older sister and my brother Alex. He would buy a few of those K-Tel albums. Bobby says Facebook Mighty KBC event. Okay. So there you go. So Bobby put the link up on that for the mighty KBC. And I got 5 people on it. Okay. All right. I thought I had some new members on my Facebook, but I guess not. Anyway, my Facebook group, anybody wants to join, let me put the anyways it's in the description. It's in the description below. Facebook group. Anybody wants to join that right now? We have 8 members, I believe, and join that group because I'm gonna be posting stuff there. But normally I post stuff there now that I don't post on my like page anymore. I'm trying to phase out the like page. And actually, I'm gonna post more other stuff there. I'm gonna post Elmer's video there. Actually, the one that he did on the Ohm's Law. I'm gonna post it on the Facebook group. So if anybody wants to watch that video there too, they can. So Ronnie Spector, is it Ronnie or Phil? I don't know what. Anyway, so yeah, he died a couple of years ago, I think. Oh, Ronnie Spector too. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Andy Colley said he was pissed. Yeah, I guess. I know there's people that I'm telling you, money and thing corrupts the mind. Ronnie was one of the Ronettes. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. King and DS, I lost internet service for about 3 minutes after power interruption 5 minutes ago. Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe lightning or something. Oh, that. Andy Colley, all that. Yeah, powder. Yeah, powder. Yeah, powder. Yeah, I'm gonna say powder. It has to be. Yeah, I'm telling you all that partying. What you thought was gonna happen? Jim's radio check. Willie Nelson is getting close to 90, and he still smokes like a chimney. Yeah, I know. Some people just like I remember. Of course, before my time, but I remember growing up, and I would see the black and white Burns and Allen, right? George Burns and Gracie Allen, and George Burns lived a long time with them big cigars. Every time you see him, he had a sucking. He was sucking on a cigar, a big cigar. Didn't he live to almost 100? So, and some people just, some people can live long time with and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, George Burns. Oh yeah, he played. Yeah, that's right. He was God. Yeah. Ian there said former CBS EV News anchor Dan Rather is 91 years old. Yeah. Jim's Radio Check. They pack like 15 songs on each side. Yeah, KTEL. They used to pack a lot of songs on those albums. I have a couple, but I have to. I have so many albums. And some of them I went through it once or twice, but my sister had albums like that. But I probably have a couple of them in the collection. So yeah, they packed like 15 songs on each side. King of DX, I remember watching an interview with Willie Nelson by Bob Schieffer for CBS News Sunday morning once. And Ronnie was one of the Ronettes. Don't forget, George Burns was God. LOL. Yeah. How did we get into that subject with Janet? Oh, it was Tom Jones. Tom Jones led us down this path. This actually was Trololo, whatever. So he's like a Russian. He was like the Russian. Oh yeah, because I remember that he was like the Russian Tom Jones or something. So they have like of course he passed away a few years ago. The guy that actually his name is Edward Hill. I think that was his name. Yeah, Edward Hill. Yeah. He was from St. Petersburg, Russia. There's a video on him there. Trololo Man now. But the video is 12 years old. But I know he passed Edward. What is it? Hill. Edward Kill. Khil, I think it's something like that. And yeah, anyway, so but I believe he passed away. Yes, he's Edward Kill. Khil. So that repeater was playing that song. Like they were telling the guy to they were trying to tell the guy to F off the repeater and all that. The guy was like, I'm not gonna, he was fighting with them on the repeater. And then he started playing that song. And I was like, I'm laying down and listening to my phone, the scanner app. This is that repeater in California. And I'm saying, this is the drama that goes on in the repeaters. And he's playing that song. He's playing that song. Oh my God. So that's what we're playing on the repeater, and I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I never heard of this song. And they're just they're telling him to, F off, get off the repeater. And he's playing that. And he's just playing it for a good few minutes. And he cuts in and says something, and he plays it again. He just basically shut down the repeater. He was just trolling. He was just trolling on them. That song is funny though. And then that song, since that day, that song never left out of my head. Yeah, the man could hold a note though. And I thought I was just it wasn't a, but it's actually, it was in my head. So it had to be a catchy song. All right, so the national anthem of the internet. I read the comments. Rest in peace, you magnificent meme of a man. The internet will forever salute you. Oh my God. I'm just reading the comments on this. So he became a meme. Yeah, Trololo. Trololo. And then he was at the last video I think was on a talk show. I think it was 2012. Of course, he's a lot older there. This is like, 2012. It was like a Russian talk show. Let's see. That was 2012. So I guess that's when, shortly after that, he passed away. There was some Christmas Russia talk show. It was Christmas and Edward Hill. I think that's his. Yeah, Edward. Okay, and rest in peace, Troll Father. Okay, this should be the new Russian national anthem. Oh my god! So he was 77 when he made that appearance. Oh god! I'm just reading the comments on the. Okay, so anyway, Edward Kill. There you go. Yeah, I know it's in my head too. I know that song never left. When I heard that thanks to that repeater in California, he introduced me to this guy, and then his voice is gonna live on. I need to download that app. Anyway, Broadcastify should have that repeater. But then I heard that repeater got shut down, I believe, because they got fined. I think it was the one. I think Tim on TikTok was the one that told me about it. I think it's the same repeater because something happened too in that repeater. I don't know if it's the same one. That it was a story about the guy was cheating on the guy's wife, and he went on the repeater and broadcast that whole nonsense to the other hand. There was a beef, and it got to be to the point where I think Tim was the one that explained the story. And he turned out to be like Jenny Jones episode. I never heard of Jenny Jones. She used to be a talk show program. This is back in the early 90s. I think early 90s. Jenny Jones. So anyway, I think one time she brought a secret admirer. It was the guy was a guy. So the guy thought he was going to meet a woman. And she brought in, it wasn't a woman. It was another guy. So the guy you could tell he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed about it and everything. And the case, it was tragic though, because the guy wound up, after the show later on, I guess he was so embarrassed about being humiliated in the show. He killed the guy. He killed him. Went to prison. Killed the guy. And that show got sued into oblivion. They got sued because they took it too far. The guy, because they had that stupid shows on that. Oh, you want to be your secret admirer? And yeah, and it just went like all those talk shows. They go down the. So that's what happened to that show. They did it to the wrong guy. The wrong guy flipped out, and eventually her show got Jenny Jones. All these talk shows now, they're like crap. Seriously, like crap. Is she even still around? Jenny Jones. Is that her name? Jenny Jones. Yeah, okay. Talk TV, talk oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, she's still alive, huh? She's Canadian. I knew she was Canadian. Yeah, she's Canadian. That's right, Jenny Jones. So that whole thing, when I watch this crime stuff, I saw that I never used to watch that stuff. I just go through it. I never used to be watching those talk shows. I was never into only once in a while when I was a kid I would watch Mike Douglas. That was the only talk show I used to watch. And then of course later on at night I would watch, of course, Johnny Carson. I watched Johnny Carson. And then Jay Leno, I watched some of Jay Leno, and that was it. And David Letterman, and that's it. I can't watch anybody else. I couldn't watch anybody. I can't watch, especially now, I can't watch all that stuff. I just can't. They're unwatchable now. But I used to watch Johnny Carson. That was funny. You know, they don't make them like that no more. Now these talk shows are too. I don't know. Too much. Too out there. Too out there for me. Let me see what's on the. Okay, so let's close that YouTube thing before it starts trollolololo again. Trollolololo, trollolololo. I'm trying to see what else over here. All right. Yeah. Jim's radio check. Last night I saw that episode of Seinfeld when Kramer sets up Merv Griffith set in his living room and starts interviewing people. I don't remember. I gotta see that one though. Oh my god! So he turned his he made his living room into so he sets up Merv Griffith set in his, so he made like a talk show living room type set. So anybody would sit down, he would interview them like a talk show. Kramer was the one of the funniest in the show though. I mean, they were all funny. They're all funny. So yeah. Yes, I remember watching the Tonight Show with Jay Leno on NBC and the Late Show with David Letterman on CBS with my dad. Yeah, and I remember watch some Johnny Carson show episodes on Nintendo TV. Yeah, yeah, Johnny Carson was the best. It was the best. King and the Xer. I remember watching one with David Letterman as guest on Johnny Carson just a few years before my time when Carson retired. Yeah. Jim's radio check. He found the set for the Merv Griffith show in the garbage and he set it up in his living room. Yeah. Johnny Carson with Don Rickles on the show was the best. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Don Rickles on that. That was when yeah, Don Rickles. Of course, I like Rodney Dangerfield. Okay, Bobby. You might do a chill out stream tonight. No games, just either. Yeah, just SDR. And then what I was thinking is that when you do the stream like that, post it on your social media so you get people coming in. You know, yeah, Don Rickles. Don Rickles is funny. Man, I remember Rodney Dangerfield. Oh my god, he was funny too. That guy was a funny guy. They don't make him like that anymore. They can't now. It's too politically correct now. Too PC. Too much. Even Jackie Mason. He's a funny. He's funny too. But now, recently, I remember right before. They don't make him like that anymore. You can't. Andrew Dice Clay. Forget about that. He still performs now, but of course, not the way he was. Nah, not with the cancel culture nonsense. No, forget it. It's harder to be a stand up now. I can imagine it's a lot harder to be a stand up now. because there's a lot of things you can't touch, you can't talk about now. I mean, just even watching Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy in his young days. Eddie Murphy, for example. They just pick Eddie Murphy. Even his stand-up, his young days. He can't say all that stuff now. No way. No way. You know, it's sad what it become now. People go crazy over stuff. King and DX said that Seinfeld episode The Merv Griffith Show, 1997. I gotta see that one. I gotta see that. Kramer. Kramer's a funny guy. Kramer. King and DX said Don Rickles was on the Andy Griffith Show in the episode The Luck of the Newton Monroe, 1965, as a salesman. Oh my God. Yeah, I wish I wish sometime I could go back in time. I would appreciate some of those shows more. You know, I would have loved to recorded them and play them on YouTube now. Play the. I would get so many. Like even when it was one my sister used to listen to a lot when I was as a kid. I used to watch it with her. I used to watch the Donnie and Marie show, the Osmond. You know, I used to watch it when I was a kid. I watched it with my sister. My sister used to glued to that stuff, and I would watch that with her. And she's like the spokesperson of Weight Watchers now, I believe. Marie Osmond. Of course, some of that. Of course, some of that is probably plastic surgery, but that's a long time ago now. She was the Osmonds. I watch that stuff and it's like I watch that stuff now. I was like, man. That's why I tell people complain about, like my brother the other day complaining about, like, oh, this Christmas nobody come to see you. I was like, listen, be thankful you're here. Knock on wood, we're still here. Every day's a good day above ground. And people forget that, a lot of people. I know it's hard as we get older. It's hard as we get older because we lose those people. The people that we grew up. We're losing those people now. The people that I'm growing up with, Barbara Walters passed away on New Year's Eve, no? I just saw that. I forgot to talk about it. I forgot to talk about her the other day. I wanted to talk about her, Barbara Walters. Of course, I remember her because of Fidel Castro. She was always the one that used to interview Fidel Castro. Barbara Walters. So she passed away. It's like, you grew up with these people, and I was like, damn, they all one by, years, one by one. It's like, yeah. King and DS, I watched Eddie Murphy when he hosted Saturday Night Live on NBC on December 21, 2019. Oh, okay. Yeah, but the younger Eddie Murphy, the old stuff is funny. The old stuff. That's classic stuff. Of course, that stuff now, it's like, some of the stuff they won't even play now. Even the Little Rascals. Because he used to play that too, like the Little Rascals. He was trying to be Buckwheat. Buckwheat? That's one of the characters in the Little Rascals. Now they won't play that. They won't play that in the Little Rascals. Some of that stuff they won't play now. It's sad. It's sad how PC is destroying everything. It's disgraceful, but that's just one man's opinion, in my opinion. But it's disgraceful what's going on now. That stuff used to bring us so much joy and laughter, and now it's being like, oh my god, you're a terrible person for laughing at stuff. And no, it's a joke. Take it as a joke. Relax. People make jokes all the time. Why people take everything so personal? It's sad. It's sad. It's sad what this world is becoming to. There's not even this world, this country. It's really this country. Or this country and maybe Canada too. What's becoming. It's too sensitive about everything. Everybody has to walk on eggshells. You know? All right, Bobby. If you're not back, 73. Okay. Yeah. Jim's radio check. I remember Don Rickles broke Johnny Carson's cigarette box. Yeah, and that's not even unheard of now. You want to see it? You won't see a cigarette box right now. Oh my God, you're a smoker. You promote smoking. How dare you? Back then it was like, okay, yeah, you had a cigarette box. You know, I saw on Twitter the other day somebody put a picture of. You remember when you had your car on the back seat? They will have a little ashtray that pops out. You're a passenger on the back seat. You have a little ashtray that folds in, but you can fold it out. It's an ashtray on the back of the seat. Of course, that's unheard of now. Oh my God, ashtrays in the car. You know, and I'm not a smoker. I'm just saying that now these things are like history. Ashtray in the car or McDonald's ashtray. There was another picture of McDonald's restaurant, fast food. They had ashtrays with the McDonald's logo on it. So if you was a smoker, not that you should have smoked in a restaurant or fast food, but they had ashtrays for. It's a different time now. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, she basically started The View, Keegan. Barbara Walters co-host ABC's 2020, and I remember 2020. I remember she started it. She started. I believe she started that too. And The View, of course, The View. I don't know. I don't know who watches The View. That's a certain demographic of people that I don't understand. I don't care to understand them. I can't watch that View stuff. Ooh. Please, not The View. So he broke Johnny Carson's cigarette box. It was on his desk, and Rickles was filming in the studio next door, and Carson busted in and started chewing him off for breaking. Wow. Yeah. King and the Xer. I also seen Eddie Murphy in the movie Trading Places. That was a funny movie. That was a great movie. That's a good movie, Trading Places. And Dr. Doolittle. That's not so good. I'm not a fan of Dr. Doolittle. Trading Places was it was a funny movie. It was a good movie. It was Jamie Lee Curtis was in that movie. Dan Aykroyd was in that movie. Yeah. Yeah, there was like two. They had made a bet which one would last. If anyway, yeah, I don't want to give up, but Trading Places is a good movie. King of the X. I remember Don Rickles best as the voice of Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story, 1995, Toy Story 2, 1999, and Toy Story. Oh, I didn't. You know what? I did not. I did not know that he was the voice of that. That's pretty cool to know. Wow. Thank you, Keegan. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Barbara Walters co-host 2020 and The View. And she was on an episode of NBC Saturday Night Live on the Weekend Update segment in 2014. Okay. As herself, yeah. Yeah, because the original Weekend Update, when it first came out, they were mocking her. It was Gilda Radner. They used to mock her. I think she called herself Barbara Wawa. Barbara Wawa, something like that. I forgot what was the. So Gilda Radner was the one that used to mock. They said, parody. It was a parody of Barbara Walters. It was Barbara Wawa or something. I forgot. And Gilda Radner was a funny woman. She was a very funny woman. King Dia said, I only watch The View depending on who the guest is. You're a better man than me because I can't watch that. You're a better man than me because that's, to me, it's unwatchable. I remember they had David Letterman as a guest. Even if a good guest comes on, I just can't watch. I just don't like the host. I think they're all crazy. I think Whoopi is nuts. She forgot who she forgot who she is. She's just nuts. And I believe that Joy Behar is certainly not a funny person. Cause I don't know I don't know why she classifies as a comedian because she's not funny. So I don't know. It's just me. I just they out there. They're too out there for me. In fact, Barbara Walters was she was the sane one out of all of them. I think that's why she left because she probably saw, okay, these people are too crazy for me. You know. So I don't know. Yeah. So they had David Letterman as a guest one episode and Jay Leno as a guest in the other. Yeah. Yeah, you're a better man than I am. Watching that, I just can't. I think maybe once I might have seen a little bit of it with one of them interesting guests, and I said okay. But then when I would hear more about them, they even try to have some other guests that were like opposite of their nuttiness. That didn't go well for them either. And yeah, it was like, okay, yeah, they're too out there. Yeah, too out there for me. To me, it was the beginning of the end for some of these talk things. And of course, CBS has this The Talk, which is another. I don't know. So I've been on for 2 hours and 4 minutes now. 8 people watching, 17 likes. Thank you for the likes. King Near said, I seen parodies of The View on NBC Saturday Night Live and Fox at Mad TV. That was a funny program too, Mad TV. Although now again, they can't do that now. Mad TV was funny when it first came out. It was funny, but a lot of stuff now they can't touch. They can't touch it. A lot of that stuff now. But Mad TV was another funny program. Mad TV. That's where Jennifer Lopez got her start. She was a dancer. Before she became famous and all that, she was a dancer on Mad TV. I believe Mad TV. She was a dancer. She was just a dancer. Yeah, Jennifer Lopez. You can the extra and on Fox Family Guy, yeah. The View. And now it's been out for what? How many? I don't know how many years now. 20 years, whatever it is now. Wow. And there was a time where I thought Whoopi was funny. I seen her perform stand up with Robin Williams and all that. Yeah, I remember the stick. It was really funny. But now she's on another planet now. Something happened to her. I don't know what happened. Yeah, so some of the stuff is unwatchable now. I can't watch her anymore. I can't. You just can't. I guess some people just, they want to protect their whatever, their career, so they just go whatever. Yeah, that's sad. What are you gonna do? That's why I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. I have a few channels I watch, and that's it. I can't watch all the stuff now. I can't. Yep. Let me see. 6:32. I think I'm gonna do band scan. Oh man, I can barely do band scan with this guy. Let me see. Let me go down. Let me go down. There you go, FT8. There you go, FT8. And the 10 meters, yeah. Hello, Elmer. Jeff, AD7LN checking in from Hayden Island, 48 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Yeah, Elmer. Yeah, I was talking about your video yesterday. It was an awesome video. Ohm's Law and Watts. And I was saying that, hey, even me, it was a refresher course. Those are I enjoy that video. So I'm gonna post it on my group tonight. I'm gonna post your video on the group. Things like that. And I post it on the group. I'm gonna post it on my I'm gonna post it on my Reddit group too, actually. I'm gonna post it that way, it gets traction with the search engines and stuff. That helps too. Yeah, I'm gonna post it. I was talking about it last night. Because everybody needs to, even if you're not into radio, if you're just doing electronics, electrical, like electrical. When I took my residential electricity 1, I had to learn that. I had to learn those formulas. You have to learn them. So that's basic stuff you have to learn. So that's a nice video. I saved it on my watch later list. So because sometimes I like my brain gets foggy. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot the formula. Which is this? Is it divide or multiply? Oh my God. Boom. Elmer's video right away. Get a refresher course. So it's pretty cool. Keegan DX and ABC's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire parodied on NBC Saturday Night Live and Fox Mad TV. Yeah. And that one, they have it in India. They have the same show in India. My wife watches it. Of course, it's not, $1 million. It's okay. Yeah. Ohms. Not ohms. So yeah. Nick 77. My daughter had to know ohm for her hairdressing course. I don't think it's the same ohms we're talking about. But yeah, electronics basic 101 for newbies as well. Yeah, because I had to learn Ohm's law. Of course, my first book on electronics is there. And then, of course, basic electricity. I have another book on that when I first. And then, of course, I took the class at local community college. And, of course, radio. technician and stuff like that. There's a couple of questions on you have to figure out what so you have to apply that formula. So there's a couple of questions on that on the test. So yeah, you have to learn that too. Even for the technician, you have to learn that. Because I remember there was a couple of questions on there. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I'll get to that in a second. Let me catch up on the chatty. I'm sorry. So millionaire. Yes, electronic basic 101. Yeah, because so Ohm's law, you have to learn that regardless. Either electronics or radio, of course. Radio. I remember basic. Like I said, basic electricity. I had to learn that. That's basic. You have to learn that. But the first thing you have to learn is the when you did the diagram, you did the voltage. The voltage is the pressure. So you did the guy kicking, pushing the and then you did the current. That's the guy that's crawling in the wire. And then the resistance is the guy that had the noose around the guys and he's pulling him from the top. That's resistance. That's pretty cool diagram. See, that stuff people can relate to because because that's the definition. When I first started studying, they said, what is voltage? And voltage is the pressure. Like the water pressure on a pipe. So it's the pressure, the voltage. Current is the when they say amps, but it's not the rate. It's another word for it, not the rate, but amperage there. But basically the flow. Then the resistance is ohm. It's measured in ohms, but the way you did the diagram was funny. You had the guy pulling him up from like trying to slow him down. So basically, he's slowing him down from going through the pipe, the wire. So that was funny, and that's But the voltage guy was funny because he's like pushing him with his foot, like kicking him through, like go get through. So that was definitely nice to see, and that's what newbies or whatever relate to. And then the formula, of course, the simple formula is the multiply or divide. There's only two, it's easy, simple. But people get thrown off when they see like voltage instead of V, they see like you say E. They say, why can't they just put it V? So yeah. And of course, to get the power, there's another formula for that. And that's represented in watts. So you broke that down like, I put it on my watch later list. So even though, I've done that, but, but it was good to see that, and those videos are going to stand the test of time because that video in the long run is probably going to give you the most views in the Life of the channel, because there's always going to someone that's going to want to see Ohm's law, break down Ohm's law, and they're going to see that video. They're going to say, oh yeah, this guy broke it down like this, and and those videos don't matter how many videos you got on your channel. Those basic videos are the ones that are going to get the longevity. They're going to have more views long term. They're not going to skyrocket like another video, but long term, they're going to outpace your library. So one day, it could be a year from now, 2 years from now, that's probably going to be one of your most watched videos. Is that one, Ohm's Law. And the one you just did before. Videos like that. This is a real basic topic that some people need to refresh on. those are videos that are people gonna want to watch. So yeah. See, Jim agreed with me. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, I agree. Your Ohms video learned a lot. Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes I was just studying for the technician, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot the formula. Of course, your video just came out, but I had to look it up real quick. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot it's this way. Okay, I was like, oh, good. Also, I multiply instead of divide, so I flip flop the equation. But yeah, it was pretty. So a video like yours is gonna help somebody. Yeah. Kicking the Extra on Saturday Night Live, Regis Philbin was played by Daryl Hammond. On Mad TV, Regis was played by Alex Borstein. Lois Griffith. Yeah, Alex Borstein, she's funny. Yeah. Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna pronounce it. I guess. Yeah, Nick. I don't know why. Maybe for load on the wires, 1500-watt dryer, etc. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. You talking about a regular hair dryer? Yeah, that's a lot of watts. 115 watts. My light will flicker. If I put that 1500-watt, my light will literally flicker. That's a lot of watts. Like a space heater. That's a good example. Well, I'll give you an example. One not to do what my brother did when we lived in the Bronx. And everyone's going to agree with me. We had a 20 amp circuit. 20 amp circuit. 20 amp circuit. My brother, the genius, says, but it kept, this is why I say you need to understand the basics. And you need to understand because it could be dangerous. My older brother, I'm not going to name which one. It's not the one that left. It's another one. But he swears he's an electrician. You ever heard of those people that they think they're electrician, but they never took a class? They barely could read a book. And they barely read anything. But they can put two wires together, it's tied up, and that's it. They think it's that simple. No, there's math involved. There's formulas involved. There's a lot of stuff involved. There's ratings on the wire. It's a 20 amp wire. You cannot exceed 20 amps. So guess what's going to happen to that wire? Take a guess. It's going to get hot. So my brother, we had, it was 20 amp, circuit going into the kitchen. So of course, if you have the microwave on and a blender at the same time, sometimes it's going to spike up and it's going to trip that breaker, amongst other things. The refrigerator, of course, refrigerator also jacks it up. I'm trying to keep it simple. He's going to trip the breaker. So he's like, oh, why is always tripping the breaker? His solution was to put up another breaker of a higher amp breaker. And I told him, you can't do that. You're going to, it's going to heat up the light. The reason why the breaker is there, because if it exceeds that, it's going to trip the breaker. Am I right? It's going to trip that breaker. It's going to say, you're overloading this line. Take it easy. That's what it's telling you. So he's, no, I had to put a higher breaker. No. He's fighting with me over this. I said, look, I'm the one that took the class. You didn't take the class. You're one of those people that put in the street, wire everything up and thinking that, no. It's dangerous. So anyway, that was his solution, which is, of course, we don't live together anymore, thank God. And plus, he would never do stuff like that in my house. No. That's what not to do. So that was him. His solution was, but he keeps tripping the breaker. So let's put a higher. By the way, that's one of the questions on the test. It tells you. It's similar to a question like that. You know, if it's overloading, what's your solution? No, you can't put a bigger breaker. No, you're not supposed to put a bigger breaker. You can upgrade the circuit to handle more current, but not put a bigger breaker. You know, that's what he did, which is dangerous. That's dangerous, especially on a 100-year-old house. I still have wiring in this house that's only 10 amps. Right in the living room, right above me. Oh, the old wiring. And we have to upgrade that. Because that's 10 amp. I believe 10 to, yeah, about 10, 20 or about. Old. This is old. This is. Yeah, so that was my brother. We saw, oh my God. You know, because you know, I took classes in there. Of course, I started, you know, when I was working in the subway cars and all that. I did a crash course on all that. I started learning how to basic thing was Ohm's law. That's basic. But there's other stuff, you know, like you know, that was one of the questions on the test. You know, if the line is overloading, blah 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 blah. They have a couple of scenarios, and it's like, no, you don't put a bigger breaker. You upgrade the circuit, you upgrade the line. And the guy is like fighting with me. I'm like, oh, bro, I took the courses, bro. You didn't take the course. This is the proper way. This is the NEC. You don't just put any arbitrary breaker number in there because you don't want it to shut to trip. It's tripping for a reason. It's tripping to protect you, to protect the circuit. That's why it's tripping. So the guy was like, he's in the Stone Age. This guy is literally in the Stone Age. Oh my God. The guy doesn't even believe it. He doesn't even believe in Ohm's law, this guy. Oh my God. That's what I had to deal with, yo. For real. Yeah. And that was in 2000. Okay, Keegan. So Elmer, I have an idea for a couple of topics for. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will make a video on that one. I should about the dumb over here. Oh, it's a 20 amp circuit. It's pretty trippy on a 20 amp breaker. Yeah, maybe you should not, because I do that here in my kitchen. If I have the microwave on, the air fryer is not going on at the same time because it's going to trip the breaker. It's going to trip it. That's a lot. You know how many watts? First of all, is my microwave. I have a 1100-watt microwave. It's not no small microwave. It's a big microwave. My air fryer is probably about, I'm going to say 1200 watts, maybe. You have those things cranking at the same time. It's going to trip. That breaker trip. It's going to trip. And kick in a blender. Of course, I got a refrigerator too, kicking in. You know, I told my wife, no. If you're gonna do the air fryer, you cannot be microwaving at the same time. Just like when I ran the generator. You know, the generator too is a certain. And oh my God, you know, like you're pulling your hair. Oh my God. So yeah, Elmer, you gotta save the world with that video. Ohm's law. He's not Ohm. He's Ohms. Okay? Not Om. Krishna. Om. No, not that Om. All right. Yeah. Yeah, he does. Elmer draws those Elmer is he draws all those cartoons. He's a pretty good artist, Elmer. Elmer's a real good, he's a really good artist. Hmm. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about your. You know what? Maybe there's a load on. Yeah, if you're running if you're running a 15 watt hair dryer all the time and you're tripping the breaker, yeah, then you need to it's time to upgrade your circuit or something. Or don't run that dryer in that room. Maybe you might have to do no. That's a lot. 1500 watts is a lot. That's like running a space heater. You know what's the number one cause of fires in space heaters? The wiring. I don't run electric space heaters in my house. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous. I had a couple of space heaters. What I would do is I would have a heavy duty extension. I forgot what gauge it is. It's the yellow one. It's really thick. Thick. I run that to the wall outlet. And I'll put a not a power strip. It's a when it has circuit breaker on it. It will not make it. It's not gonna trip the box. It's gonna trip the power strip. It's not a power strip. It's more of a power. It's a heavy duty one. It's a circuit breaker, but that's how I got hooked up with my air conditioner. I don't hook it straight to the wall. Oh no! I don't do that because because you could sometimes you feel it because the wire gets warm. Gets warm, and like I said before, some of this wiring in this house is old, so it's not gonna trip the. It's not gonna get to trip the breaker. It's gonna trip that breaker at not at the uh not at the main box. It's not gonna gonna trip that breaker right here. And that's peace of mind for me. Okay, trip that, okay, fine. That means you know what, let it cool up, whatever. But it'll never get to that point where it's really hot anyway. Common sense. But some people don't do that. Some people plug it right into the wall, thinking everything's gonna be all right. And you touch that wire, you feel that wire getting warm. Oh yeah. So 1500 watt a hair dryer, yeah, you might want to consider not using that. Or I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, it's they just had the anniversary the other day about that. There was a fire in the Bronx that killed a whole bunch of people. It was a housing project. It happened last year, and why? A space heater. A space heater caused space heater, but the wiring. Because space heater is like 1500 watts. The max of the space heater is about 50. I had the old one. It was like 1500 watts, the maximum on a space heater. Or 1200. I forgot. It might have been 1200. They're dangerous. Those things are dangerous. You're overloading that line, and again, it's gonna get hot, and it's gonna start. Yeah. Yes, Elmer draws his cartoons. Elmer time. I haven't trained my Chihuahua to draw. I have much more than noggin. Yeah. Brian Jackson. I have a question not related to your discussion. I'd like to know: do you use an outdoor antenna when using radio scanner? Take care. Yeah, I used take care. Brian from Mount Vernon, and I like the show. Thank you, Brian Jackson. Yeah, I use a disco antenna for my scanners and my CB VHF UHF disco antenna. Is similar to the Tram 1411. I paid about $60 for mine. I bought it a few years ago on eBay, about maybe 5 years ago. $60. You can get one for about similar $70. Disco antenna. It's a wideband antenna. It's from the one I have is from 25 megahertz up to 1.3 gigahertz. So that's the one that I have in the roof. That's a disco antenna, Brian. And thank you for asking the question. Thank you for in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah. And hello, Daniel Mark LeBlanc. I have a question. I purchased an older radio made back in 1976 with a pre-mixed double super heterodome system. This is a system now, pretty standard with most high-end receivers. Okay. Yeah, usually the older ones are like that. Well, double head, that's pretty good because I think some of them were single. I have some that are single. And that even came out after that. Like this one, this is single. It's not even double. This is a single headed dome. This is, I mean, that's why it drifts so, you know. That's another thing that I was watching a video yesterday before I came on the stream. It was another guy. He had this Russian radio. It was a tube radio. It was an old shortwave. It was a marine receiver, actually. When I mean by marine, marine band back, it was shortwave. Shortwave is a beautiful radio, right? It's a silver big radio, huge. It's a military, Navy, Russian Navy radio. So in his comment, not a comment, in the description, he posted that the radio has never been recapped. It has never been even, he said slightly, of course, it's not aligned. He said that radio was well built. So why am I going to open it up and recap it? Just enjoy it the way it is. That's the way I feel about some of these radios. Like the Hammerlin in the boiler room. I have not recapped it. For all I know, it was probably recapped, that one, because somebody put a speaker on it. But that's another thing. Not every radio that you have, that you get not every old radio you buy, you need to automatically recap. Some people are obsessed with that recap. Oh my God, you just got a radio. Now you need to recap before you use it. No. Enjoy it the way it is. If it's working, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. I know I'm gonna get those that, well, you should recap, because no. I say enjoy it. Some radios stand the test of time. This radio is still working. Right? It's still working. It's still working. I enjoy it the way it is. I'm not gonna pay somebody, because I can't do it right now. I just don't have the time. I can't do it right now. I don't have the time to do a total overhaul of this radio. I can't. I just don't have the time. I don't even have the space. But it works. The only thing I had to do a couple of times was because one of the tubes went, it burned out. So I bought replacement. I put it in, it worked fine. I enjoyed the way it is. That's what the guy wrote on the description. Some radios, what the hell am I talking? Some radios, that radio is a testament to Russian engineering, I guess, or whatever. It was working. It sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. It sounds, everything was working. And the guy said, I don't plan to recap it, align it, whatever. It might be slightly aligned, what it needs alignment. He said, I'm just going to enjoy it the way it is. And it sounds beautiful. That's what I do with this. I enjoy them the way they are. I'm not going to, some people are too obsessed with that. Because you get those comments all the time. Hey, you should recap it. Like, no, I would like to recap it. But, well, yeah, in your case, yeah, it might have been if it's not even a lemon, maybe it needed to be recapped and things like that. But I think the recap, that's everybody's reaction right away. Oh, you need to recap it. Like, okay, genius. We get it. Like, even if you buy like a turntable or a whole turntable or receiver, a stereo receiver from, a CD player from, not CD player, but a turntable from the 70s. Right away, the comments are going to be, oh, you should recap it. People get obsessed with that. Not everybody can recap or have the place to recap or the space to do it. They just want to enjoy it. If it works, it works. Enjoy it for while it lasts. I don't know. But the guy made a good point about that when he put that in the description. It's a beautiful radio. It's a Soviet Navy. It's a silver radio. And, of course, everything's in Russian. You don't understand it. Had a beautiful big dial. Tuning is lit up and everything. Beautiful radio. I wish I could find the video. I will post a link. I have to go back in my history, my YouTube history videos. You know, did it say I viewed the last few days? Because I view a lot of videos. That's the thing. And remember, you know what? Let me look for it. I'm gonna need about a couple of minutes while I'm talking. I have to go to my history on YouTube. So if I go to my YouTube channel, right? Because I saw this, I believe it was yesterday morning. Let me see. So let me go back. Okay, I'm on my history. I see I watch a lot of Two Hands on the Radio too. Two Hands on the Radio. Oh my God, I gotta go back in history because I saw a lot of videos last few days. Wow, I saw a lot of videos. Holy moly, I saw a lot of videos. Wow, I didn't think I saw that many videos. I see Elma's video there. I see, man, I gotta see that video. It's a beautiful radio. I that's one of the radios I want. I want an old big Soviet radio like that. Soviet. This one is a Soviet Navy, I guess. A Marine. They call it a Marine receiver, but it's Navy. Man, I had to my histories. Oh my God, my history channel. I even have music, and oh my God, I'll forget it. That was just today. What? All right, yeah, I found it. Okay, he's a YouTuber named Fernando. So I don't think it's a big channel. Let me okay. So he has 400 subscribers. Oh yeah, I left a comment. Okay. Oh yeah, I left a comment. Okay. So there you go. I'm gonna put a link to that video. It's a beautiful radio. Listen to Shortwave on my Volna K radio receiver. Marine radio receiver. Let me see. So here's the no, it's not gonna be bugged. I don't think so. So that's the video to that. It's a beautiful looking radio. I look at it. Wow, I love the dial. It reminds me of my old gas meter. Yeah. Oh yeah. So let me go back up here. So Daniel Mark LeBlanc. Okay, so you guys are talking among yourselves. So Daniel Mark LeBlanc, I'm surprised on how easy it was to align this receiver. I found the old manual. Yeah, that's what happened to me with this radio. The dial cord snapped on this one, and I found the online manual for this one, and I bought the string. I saw on the forum that you need this particular type of fishing string. It's a fishing line, but it's more like a rope. It's a rope, but I use it for, I guess, for bigger fish. And I put that one and I lined it myself. It's, you gotta be patient though. And I got sausage fingers. You gotta be really patient. And I restrung it, beautiful. But you gotta be patient. If you don't have no patience, you shouldn't be doing that. But I took my time. And yeah. And Daniel Mark LeBlanc, at first I thought it was a lemon. After alignment, it came to life. And man, does this thing work well? Nice. Good job. And that's another thing. You did it yourself too. When I restrung the hour, it was that badge. I wore that badge. Yeah, I restrung an old radio. I earned that badge. Whew. It's a badge on mine. Okay, on my. So definitely, I was like, wow. So yeah. So and I need to do that with a Zenith. My old Zenith, my other old transoceanic. That one, I need to restring that. It has a sliding dial. But I want to get a workstation. I want to have a work area for that stuff. Because maybe I'll do videos on that one. I'm doing stuff like that. And Bobby is back. Good to see you back. Daniel Mark LeBlanc, I would be concerned owning a Russian receiver. It might be bugged. LOL. Oh my god. And Keegan says he's gonna step out for a few minutes. Okay, Keegan. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. Yeah, you're not gonna find that on eBay. No way. No, I read the description. I think he bought that. I think he bought that in. He was in Germany. Yeah, he bought his in Germany a few years ago. So he said it really works well as it is. So I am not inclined to align or recapping it. And I'm reading his description. As I done with other radios in the same era, the fact that he's doing such a good job after so many years is a testimony to the engineers who designed it and the technicians who built it. Ditto. That's what I'm talking about. So sometimes you get a radio, it works well. I leave it alone. It works. It works. That radio, I left a comment too. Yeah, I left a comment. Yeah, it was yesterday. See, a day ago. Okay, yeah. A beautiful radio. I love it. When I saw that radio, I say, man, I want that radio. I love that radio. I love the display. Amazing piece of gold. Yeah. Let me see right here. Excuse me. Let's take some water. You know, I just thought about that too before. I thought about that before. About how they restricted. It was probably state owned. They probably only state members or party members were allowed to have. Anybody else was probably, like CB. If they got caught, then they go to the gulag. So if you had a CB radio in Russia, you just had to be careful. That's it. But Russian Ham was probably party member or something. I don't know. That even I think even I don't know about Cuba, but back the Soviet Russia, yeah, I could imagine. Probably, man, who knows? So Daniel Mark Leban's funny. I would be concerned only a Russian receiver. It might be bugged. No, I read that. Oh, those Russian radios are big because they have a small soldier. A small soldier that the small soldier that is ready. He has his AK-47 or whatever. We're gonna take over the you medicing you. No, that's not a Huawei phone. If anybody should be concerned, it's me. I have a Huawei phone. This Chinese phone that's getting banned. Well, not banned. It's already banned. Huawei is already banned in the United States, I believe now. I'm ditching that phone soon. I'm getting a new phone. I'm not getting no more Huawei phones. I'm done with them. So I wouldn't worry about that. Daniel Mark LeBlanc. Wow, that thing is retro. Beautiful Russian radio. It must be hard to. Yeah, that got to be hard to find. Yeah, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, right? It's a nice radio. Huh? So anyway, for those that are wondering, that's the radio right there. If you don't want to click on the link, that's fine. Oh, I'm clicking over here. Yeah, that's a nice radio.